just want to look up there. You see that little window with the bars on it up there? That is the window of the cell where Edward II was imprisoned. So shall we go on up and have a look at it?
Let's do it.
So this is where Edward II was held prisoner for 5.5 months.
And where did he die? Or
He is supposed to have died in this room.
he did? Oh, actually, in this room.
This is the room where he died.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Will you tell me how?
Shall we sit down? After Edward II's death, all sorts of rumours were going around about how Edward II died. Mortimer and Isabel, their story was, of course, that he had died a natural death. Because, of course, they didn't want any suggestion that he had been murdered, because suspicion would immediately fall on them. But most of those who tell us or think they knew how he died are chronicles. They contain a fair amount of factual information, but they also pick up quite a lot of rumours and hearsay and uncorroborated information. Some of the chronicles said that Edward II died of natural causes. Others said that he was suffocated. And then we have this account. Just see what you can make out going from there.
They said late king was shut up in a close chamber, but that not sufficing to hasten his death, which was desired and covertly commanded by the queen and her faughters.
Which means supporters.
Okay. And with great and heavy feather beds smothered him, thrusting an hollow instrument into his fundament. And through it, a red-hot iron up into his bowels. Okay, I'm getting the picture of this. Well, why don't I just suffocate him?
The advantage of the method of killing him that is described here is that it wouldn't leave any marks on the outside of the body, but it will obviously have a horrible effect on your insides.
So someone wanted to really hurt him, not just kill him.
Yes. This story is obviously a very lurid story, and it is the one which has sort of come to be commonly believed.
What do you think that actually happened?
I think he was suffocated. Early in September 1327, Roger Mortimer was told that there was a plot to try and free Edward II from this cell. And so, very probably, he and Queen Isabel ordered Edward II to be killed.
Well, what did Thomas feel about this? And how big of a deal was it to have the King of England in your home, and this is where he died?
It was a massive deal. If there was any suspicion that Thomas Berkeley was involved in the murder of Edward II, that was the highest form of treason. Because a king, of course, was someone who was anointed by God. In a sense, it was a crime against God as much as it was a crime against the king, and it was a crime against the kingdom. To kill a king was
it's like
the highest.
I'm not even realizing this is huge.
Yes.
It's not even just possibly that it was my 18th time great-grandfather. It pretty clearly, or there's a big shot that it was my 19 times great-grandfather. So no matter what we're talking, someone in my family killed the King of England.
Not surprisingly, it didn't look good for Thomas Berkeley or Roger Lord Mortimer.
Did the people like Roger Mortimer? Oh, the people didn't?
He was a bully. And by the autumn of 1330, Edward III was getting awfully sick of being told what to do by Mortimer. And by this time...
And he was 17 now?
Yes. And he decided that that was enough. And so, quite suddenly, he had Mortimer arrested. And what he decided to do was to launch a parliamentary investigation into the death of his father. And this is called at Westminster, which, of course, included your 18 and 19 times great-grandfathers. Not surprisingly, they were the chief suspects.
And Isabel, what happened to her?
Edward III removes her from power and places her under house arrest. But she is never part of the parliamentary investigation. To find out what happened at that parliament, what you need to do is to go to Westminster.
Wow, it just doesn't end, does it? This is a juicy story. I was really hoping to have a story that was not going to be just run-of-the-mill or boring, and it turns out that this has been extremely fascinating. My 19 times great-grandfather and my 18 times great-grandfather were both suspects in killing King Edward II. I imagine one of them did it. Feels like it's pointing that way. It's really scary and exciting. Was it murder? We'll see.